Sorry, I didn't know that you still had
No,
the
no
phone.
problem. No, I'm a bit out of it because I had um, an unexpected encounter with some spicy food, and I'm rather discombobulated, just to say, because I like it, but I'm not. Mm, I don't eat it very often, so I was quite shocked.
Shocked.
First
Yes,
reaction, shock.
yes.
By the way, I'm CJ Spencer.
And I'm History Nerd.
I'm the flag guy, this time behind the camera.
Okay, okay. That it's became a natural way to make our lives, our streamings, two on the scene and one behind the
Yes.
camera.
It's our Apollo program.
Okay. I'm sorry again. I didn't want to interrupt
No
your.
problem, no problem.
Come on, guys. Today we are and tonight we are in Hiroshima. We spent the whole day outside the town, outside the city. That's why. Moment, please. Sorry. Sorry.
Let's go.
We sp-
Gesundheit.
okay. We spent the whole day outside the city. We went
We, we went to Kure.
we went to Kure. Sorry, we went to Kure.
Yes.
We went to Kure and we visited the Yamato Museum.
And the Museum of the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces.
Okay. Yes, it was something we really wanted to do. It was one
Yes.
of our top.
I mean, for enthusiasts of World War II and the naval aspect of it, it was a must-do to visit the Yamato Museum, which is a 1 in 10th scale model of the Yamato, of course, and also the other everything that surrounded it, the history of Kure, details about the Yamato, and other stuff from World War II.
Japanese fleet, Japanese fleet
Well,
in
yes,
general.
yes, all the models, whom somebody was very sorry not to be able to steal, of course.
They had to tie me.
Yeah.
Another time.
Yes, but no, it was a plan from the very beginning to come here and visit this museum and that of the Japanese JMSDF.
Yes,
Yeah.
we a bit. I said that the Japanese Navy Self-Defense Force Museum left me a bit. I don't, not to say disappointed, but maybe I expected too much from the museum because we visited other Navy museums across Europe. We had different approaches. So maybe my expectations were too high.
Well, we did get a submarine visit though,
Yes,
but this time he was unable to play with the periscope.
or move throughout the hatch.
Yes,
Yeah,
because when we went to Hamburg, we visited a submarine too, and we had to move through the hatches there, and we did it Navy style, grabbing hold of the handholds and throwing our
Jump.
bodies.
And the people,
Yes,
what are they doing? And we used he used the periscope like a true and proper U-boat commander.
No, no, no,
No,
no.
no, no,
Sorry, not an not an U-boat commander.
no.
I'm firmly in the Italian submarines field.
Okay.
Now that we have the movie coming in
Yes,
next
yes.
year,
Recently, I just found out there's also a Japanese movie
yes,
speaking about the Capellini, and I forgot to search for it when we went to Akihabara.
judging from the cover, maybe it's no great loss.
I try, so come on, it's something worth to.
I'm skeptical.
Okay, okay.
That's fine.
Of course, it's the Japanese way to intend Italy and the Italians in
Yes,
general,
yes.
but I don't think that it can be worse than Capitan Corelli's mandolin.
Well, I'll concede the point, but yeah. So anyway, we spent ever since we arrived here from Kanazawa with the train. We checked in the hotel, and then we spent the whole day outside. And then when we came back, we looked for a place to eat where I was almost.
Question.
Yes.
Oh, you can end it. Then the question is really related. Go.
Okay, go,
Finish.
go.
Where I was almost annihilated by the unexpected spiciness of my food, of my
Oh, yeah.
noodles.
And not only you.
If I'm not talkative this night, it's because I'm still at full Dracarys mode.
At least you didn't have the soup to drink.
All right.
Yeah, dude. Okay, no.
What's the question?
What's the question?
Question is hello. How is Japan?
How's,
That's
how's Japan? Japan made me a very. Japan's weather gave me a very bad disappointment yesterday because we lost the opportunity to see Kanazawa. But the weather said that forecasters say that today too was a bad day. Was expected to be a bad day, a rainy day in Kanazawa. So when we checked to make the tickets for the train, we said there's no point in staying in Kanazawa one further. Let's head to Hiroshima tomorrow morning, and of course tomorrow today it was a sunny day.
Well, too bad. Was the question about the weather or in
no,
general?
it was a generic. How is Japan?
Well, it's big discovery, personally speaking. I mean, I did not set expectations coming here because I wanted to be surprised to a degree. Uh, but it's something. It's not my first
Time.
voyage in a what I could call, if you allow me, an alien place in a way, because I went to India years ago, and so. But it's every day you discover something new. Every day you discover something you didn't quite think about, and it's. I mean, of course, we are staying here for quite a long time, but already feels that you could stay here 20 years and you would barely scratch the surface, so to speak.
Well, you're right, and I'm quite sure that even more or less 50 million people understood something new about Japan that has not to be underestimated in soccer.
Uh,
More. Oh, of
yes,
course,
yes,
we could.
the
We
World
could.
Cup upset, of course, but it's to be said, if it had happened in Italy, to Italy, we would have heard noise all around the hotel. We didn't hear anything when
You
we.
showed me different kinds of images.
Yes, but of course, but it was still rather contained. I mean,
Yes.
fans who celebrated, who made also a bit of fun, playing around, mocking a bit the Germans, and like. But it was rather.
Contained.
Yes, it was low key.
In fact, I found I went to bed that Japan was losing, and when I woke up, oh my God, they won!
Yes.
And of course, our Italian memories came back to. Apart from this, as I said, we didn't see Hiroshima at all today. We're planning to make an obvious small trip, a small visit to the atomic building tomorrow morning, and then we'll move to the close Miyajima Island, where is eager to visit.
I'm curious.
I actually I made him watch the Rock series. Now he's a true fan of the Ake story, and he want to go in pilgrimage to all places.
You want to go there to tell the protagonist to go
To
screw
enjoy
himself.
to enjoy his well deserved place in hell.
Yeah.
Of
No,
course,
no, but it's a lovely place and it's an important sanctuary, so I look forward to visiting it.
you know there's a rule for the Thailand that no one has the permission to die in the Thailand.
I'll try and keep that in mind.
If you are going to die, they take you, they bring you on the mainland because there's a rule that forbids to die on that island.
So, guys, I guess tomorrow I will be unable to show him off the rocks into the sea.
He hates me to death.
Well,
We're friends since 2015, and we had our moments of tension, but we always passed on because this our friendship is not so weak to be destroyed by so low things, right? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me it's true.
We are already at the stage of I'd kill him, but then I'd miss him.
We're officially facing the 7th year crisis.
Yeah.
If we pass through this 2022, we'll be officially together forever.
Oh, that did not sound creepy at all. I mean, at all.
And I did. And
It's okay.
the worst thing is that I didn't have alcohol this night. Not yet. There's the beer right here.
well,
Just a couple of doors ahead.
And you know what they say? There's nothing to fear but running out of beer.
Yes. Or wine for us. I prefer wine.
you know, team wine or team beer?
Wine.
Wine!
Overall, I'd have to join that too. I'm not a big fan of beer, but I do enjoy a glass of wine sometime.
What kind of wine? Let's go about a bit off topic
Oh,
just
man.
tonight.
Well, I do quite like the Cannonau of Sardinia.
That's unexpected, I must confess.
It lives in front. It lives in the Ligurian Sea. You can
And
almost-
do you remember the wine I brought you to your house one day,
yes.
the Ormeasco?
Yeah.
That is quite packs quite a punch.
Yes. We just found out.
Because they make this rather strong wine close to where I live, and I gifted him a bottle, and they enjoyed it. But his father admitted that it was not quite the innocent wine. I mean,
Mhm. We are used to Cabernet. We're used to Prosecco when we go eat at the restaurant. But I'm not the kind of guy who enjoys wine or alcohol in general. Recently, I tried to make up some steps in this direction because every time I go out with friends, they say, let's drink this, let's drink that. I always felt a bit out of place, so I'm trying to make a bit used to.
it emerged with painful obviousness when we went to Prague and we visited the beer museum.
There's still the proof in the
Yes.
channel of what happened.
Yes.
Oh man.
Saluto a tutti, saluto quelli dalla diretta. I was pretending to joke to make a stand, but in truth, I was probably drunk for sure.
Yeah.
Seven Nation.
And you too.
No, I wasn't.
But you drank wine in the gallery, but you thought it was juice. Don't you remember?
Yes.
Oh, he's just a far more used to face alcohol than me. That was my first time with alcohol in general, so I paid the consequences.
Well, But anyway, you have tasted a bit of sake.
During this journey.
Yes.
Yes, of course, but I did it even at home. I'm far more I've been strengthened by all this
Practice.
all this practice with whiskey, with wine, with sake, beer. Now it's quite common for me if I go to eat pizza with my parents or my friends. It's quite common to me for me to drink beer. Anyway, just to remain to return back to the topic. Other questions, other opinions about the Yamato Museum and what it was or what you expected to see?
Yes, pretty much. I did appreciate the part about the focus on the shipyard itself, because of course it was not just a monument to the Yamato and all it represented, but also to Kure, to the naval base, one of the first in modern Japan, inaugurated in 1889, and the role it represented then for the Imperial Navy and what it means today for the uh, JMSDF. And it's quite, I did enjoy also because it reminded me of what I saw in the museums in La Spezia and Taranto. Because, of course, navies are not separate entities, they are always integrated in the local realities, and it's something that should be reminded.
Especially for towns with a long time tradition, like you say Taranto or La Spezia.
Well, Taranto, I don't know. La Spezia, before the shipyard was inaugurated, was quite a neglected place.
Or Venice.
Well, Venice
Venice
was another thing.
was another
Yes.
thing. Today it's not even comparable to what was used to be. The Arsenale today is just a big museum with
Well,
very few strategic importance for the navy.
yes.
I would like to see it come back to its former glory, but at this point, Trieste has definitely taken the leading role in the high Adriatic Sea. Uh, it's a bad thing, but I have to accept it.
Well, at least you can talk about shipyards, about port, about the naval tradition. What am I supposed to say then?
Well, you can go the Bolivian way. They have lost
Yeah.
their access to the sea a lot of time ago, but still claim it
Well,
in their flag, in the number of official provinces, and even do have a department of the navy, even though they haven't had a navy more than a century, I think.
well, now we are just talking about restarting the merchant register. But let's be honest, offshoring is not such a gambit we would like to try again.
Well, otherwise you can try and occupy a sliver of Italian land and gain access to the sea that
Ah,
way.
Find it. We will resurrect the Rose Island.
Take Milano Marittima.
Oh,
I
come
think that
on.
place.
No, the Idrascalo.
No, they get the complex of Marghera.
Okay, I got it. We will reclaim the Rose Island.
Too late, it doesn't exist anymore.
We will drag it from the depths of the Adriatic Sea.
And we bomb it again.
Well,
The one and only declaration of war in the history of the modern Italian history.
Eh,
The only time when we bombed the place
well.
outside our coast, outside our.
Yeah, well, it happens. Otherwise, you can always occupy the Principality of Monaco.
Our dream. We always had this dream to lead our pirate ship and
But-
take Monaco.
well, first of all, our micro regularly is with Liechtenstein. to be honest.
Well,
But
then you can one for the access to the sea, another to be used as a ski resort, as a winter place for winter sports. I don't know.
we have our own winter sports.
Ah,
We just wait that rain falls, the access to the walls gets frozen, and all hand water slide we can do.
oh,
Okay, I think we went a bit too far with this. There are any more questions?
Now, just now we have this which says it is fear the Navy of San Marino. Place Northern and hello there. Thank you.
Fear the Navy of San Marino. Why I just have this amarcord of Anglo-Zanzibarian War?
What happened?
The
the
20
minute-
the 20 minutes long war.
Okay, now I remember.
We have a navy.
Okay.
No, that is far too harsh.
Okay,
Okay,
let's not be too cruel.
Besides,
Besides,
besides, we spent a whole day talking about how much the Japanese were smashed by the Koreans when they tried to invade it by the famous turtle ships, right?
Yes, they know what I think about the.
I mean, on land, nothing to say, but navally, back then, the Japanese.
The only time they had the occasion to build an European ship, they built it. They built three European ships, and one of them was not big and not strong enough to face the ocean. The second one had a was something similar to a sponsorship to a, and the third one was stolen by the Spanish because they feared that Japanese school develop the European school of navy shipbuilding. Oh, the worst something they simply could not tolerate, and we owe it to the man named William Adams.
Yes, yes.
Okay, guys, they're telling us we have to cut to close this live. We salute you again. Tomorrow, as I say, will be on live from Miyajima Island. I will try to respect the schedule a bit more. More or less, I suppose we'll be on live around 4 p.m., maybe a bit later, but around the time. For now, we say let's see you again. Let's see you hi again. I'm CJ Spencer.
I'm History Nerd.
and the flag and anthem guy.
See you later.
Goodbye.